So instead of like going on dating sites, what I really like to do is I like joining groups, or not just joining groups, just getting out there and doing stuff and socializing with other people. So one of the things I really enjoy is bowling. I love bowling. I enjoy it so much. I have really good memories of bowling. When I was a little girl, I remember my parents were part of a bowling league back on the island, and I remember my dad had a bowling bag and he had a locker, and we would always go as a family to the local bowling alley, and they were part of the league, and it really brings back good memories. Bowling holds good memories for me, and I enjoy it. I enjoy bowling. But of course, you know me, I'm thrifty. So I've started. So real quick, I just wanted to say that I have now gone from the topic, leeway from the topic of dating into the topic of sports. And I ordered, and so like I said, I wanted to start getting into bowling and maybe joining like a league, and just going bowling with my grandson. We take him bowling too, and my grandchildren. And so, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to just get all my equipment. I want to get like my own bowling ball, my own bowling bag, bowling shoes. So when I do go to one of the bowling alleys, all I have to do is just pay for the lane. So I did order this bowling ball from Amazon, and what happened was, and I think I have the 10 pounds because, and I did get a 10 pound. No, this is an 11 because they did have a 10-pound ball. That's originally what I wanted to get, was a 10-pound, and I based it off of. This is just me personally. If you are thinking of doing this also, you might want to do some research. But what I based my poundage off of is just what I use when I do play bowling. When I do bowl at the bowling alley, I normally grab a 10-pound ball, and that just works really good for me. So that's what I did. I did order this 10-pound ball off of Amazon. And it's kind of cool because you get to choose you have so many options on Amazon and online. And I really loved this solid gold color. And it's I loved the color. It's kind of like gold. I love this logo. It's crown jewel. But it is, it's the crown jewel, but this is Brunswick. It is by the Brunswick company, Brunswick. But what happens is when you get it, there are no holes to it. So I researched it, and what you have to do is you then now can bring this to like a bowling store or the bowling alley, and they'll be able to drill the holes for you. And I think it normally ranges from like $30 some for them to drill the holes. So that was the first step I took, was just getting me my own personal bowling ball, and now I'm all that's left is for me to get my bowling bag and my bowling shoes. So this is a good example of how I get to really I'm not focused on finding a man, or I need to be dating someone. I need to have a man in my life. Once again, there isn't that I don't feel that way. I do. It's more of like I want to do things I enjoy while also being in a social setting, and which also allows me the opportunity to maybe meet someone, but the focus really isn't on that main thing, meeting. Another thing that I personally own, and this is something that I've had for years, and it's something that I got into while I was living in San Diego, and I invested my money into all the equipment for it. And that it is the Recurve bow. I got this years ago, and I did go a couple of times to I did go to a local archery in San Diego, and I did do this a couple of times. But this is my own personal recurve bow, and what I did was so this is my own personal recurve bow, and they recommend you unstring it if you're gonna store it in the bag. And then what happens is when you do choose to use it, you string it, and it's complete. What I have in regards to my recurve bow, it's complete. I bought everything, and what I did was I had my own. These are like custom made bow and arrows. They're cut to your arm length. They're cut to like your length, your girth, or whatever. And I have my wristlet. Yeah, so this is kind of like an arm brace, a hand brace, and then this is for like your trigger finger. And then of course I also have, this is a restringer. You use this to get the string back onto your bow. And these are examples of, these two, like my recurve bow, my bowling ball, those are sorry, this thing keeps popping up. So these are things that instead of like these are the things that I really enjoy doing. This is what I enjoy. I enjoy just going and doing stuff and just being in a social setting, and that provides me that need that we, and these things, like being able to go out to my local archery my archery store or whatever, archery place, and being able to go and bowl, these things really allow me to be sociable, and they allow me to have that interaction that we need as adults, as adults, because in regards to the love and the affection that we need as humans, I get that from my daughter who lives out here, my grandson, giving and also receiving. I get that from my daughter, from my grandson. I get that love and affection that we need as humans. But that adult interaction but these things like the archery, the sport of archery, recurve bow, that's what it is, and the sport of like bowling, those allow me to feed that interaction that I need as an adult with other adults. And yeah, I'm okay, but I mean, hey, I'm also, there is always that opportunity also. So that's the topic of sports. So we went from dating to sports such as my recurve bow and bowling, and now we're going to go into the topic of drugs and how I associate sports with drugs is, like I said, my grandchildren, they're into sports. My oldest and my grandson, my oldest granddaughter, my grandson, they do